Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before then welcome back. I wanted to do another Create a Sim video for you guys, another total drama Create a Sim specifically. Unfortunately I had a little bit of technical difficulties when I was filming this one, so I did make Gwen and Leshawna in this group, but you guys don't get to see me making them. I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened. My screen capture thing wasn't recording apparently, so I do a little outfit tour for each of them instead, and then I have my usual process with everybody else in the group. I'm so sorry about that. I'm pretty sure there's a moment where you're gonna hear future me again at a point later in this one, because recording this one was a little bit of a mess. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I hope you like them anyway. These guys were really fun to make. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys in the video. So, like I was saying in the intro, we're just going to do a quick outfit tour for Gwen and Leshawna. So here are Gwen's outfits. Obviously, I just went for your standard goth theme with her, with more of like a grounded, down-to-earth kind of vibe, because that's what she's about. And she's going to be an aspiring author. And then here we have Leshawna, a little bit more of a high-end designer kind of vibe with her. And we kept it with sort of a gold, purple, and yellow theme for her, because I thought that was cute. And she has got the mansion baron aspiration. And then we're gonna jump in with Izzy, and Izzy I was actually able to record myself making, so she's gonna have the chief of mischief aspiration, the erratic trait, as well as the active trait, and then outgoing. And she was actually really easy to make. I was pretty surprised. She's another one of those characters where there's like kind of a lot of items in cast that look a lot like what she wears on the show, so she was easy peasy. Her face was a little bit of a struggle, but it's because she's got one of the more round faces on the show. A lot of the girl characters on the show have the like high cheekbone, pointy chin face, but Izzy's face is more like a rounded, oval, kind of like baby face shape almost. Obviously their eye shapes are all the same, but you know what I mean. And so I kind of had to do that with the cheekbone and the jaw areas on this girl, and then I made her eyes obviously the big round cartoon shape, and Izzy's got green eyes and red hair, so we did that, of course. I had a lot of fun making all of the girls in this house, actually, because they're all kind of my favorites. They're like my top four girls from Total Drama, and I included Geoff because I don't know if it's that I ship Geoff and Bridgette, or if it's that I kind of have this headcanon that like Geoff just goes where Bridgette goes, you know? So it's like regardless of if I ship them or not, it's just they're connected by the narrative. I have to have them in the same household. And also because if I had included him with the boys' household that I'm gonna make later on, that household would be huge, and I'm trying to do myself some favors later on and not have just like one huge household, because I do plan on playing in the save. I know I keep saying that and then not making videos about it, but it's because I'm trying to only do one video a week, you guys. I like could do more maybe, but then I would have to not work on my other video, and that video is going to be really long, and so I do unfortunately have to dedicate some time to it instead of just playing The Sims. Although I wish I could just play The Sims for you guys. That would be ideal. While I was making these guys playing this time, I was watching Always Sunny. It was a very relaxing time playing The Sims and watching one of my favorite shows. It was incredible. I don't get to just like chill when I have to be in essay mode and I have to think about Family Guy, because I don't like Family Guy, and so thinking about it and talking about it and writing about it, it stresses me. It's not fun. That's what I'm gonna do this weekend though, because altogether I did the math and it looks like the whole project is gonna be like 12 hours long about, so I need to like get myself in gear and get this first part finished. I think this first part is probably going to be the shortest because obviously the first season of the show is the shortest season, so it's, yeah, going to be the shortest video. And I didn't want each season to get a video. I really wanted to like condense 3 whole seasons down into one, but I don't know what I was thinking. I talk too much. I'm too verbose for that. There's no way that that could have happened. Anyway, you're not here to listen to me talk about Family Guy. Let me talk to you about The Sims. Like I was saying earlier, Izzy was really easy to make. There were a lot of items in cast that I thought worked for her. Her pajamas are pretty much identical to the pajamas she wears on the show. Her green dress is pretty close to what she wears. I'm pretty sure her outfit on the show is like a shirt and a skirt. It's not a one dress sort of deal, but whatever, I think that it's close enough and it's cute. For her party outfit, I was a little bit indecisive because I thought that this shirt was pretty close and then I could maybe match it with one of the wrap skirts, but then I tried a bunch of them and none of them matched, and so I ended up going in a different direction. You'll notice that I put the eyeball ring on her, and it's because that's Izzy. It's the same reason that she's wearing a fedora in her formal outfit. It's Izzy. You're just gonna have to get over it. That's just the way that it is. She does what she wants. She's a quirky girl, and she can get away with it because she's iconic. So there. I put her in this swimsuit because it's green, and yeah, that's it, because it's green. Her warm weather outfit, I gave her sort of a hiking outdoorsy vibe. I almost put a big hat on her, and truthfully, if you download her and then put a hat on her, like, I wouldn't blame you. I feel like the outfit calls for one, and I just wasn't thinking because I wanted to like get on with it and make Bridgette. So yeah, maybe she needs a big floppy sun hat or something in this, or like a cowboy hat like what Geoff wears. For her cold weather, I put her in a snowsuit, just a green snowsuit, just because, you know, again, with the sort of like outdoorsy, she's gonna wear what she wants because she's Izzy sort of thing. Obviously, it's brightly colored in green because that's the vibe. After Izzy, we're gonna move on to Bridgette, and I said I was gonna jump in later as like an editing edition, but I'll just tell you now, actually. When I made Bridgette and Geoff, I for some reason totally wasn't thinking when I picked out their traits. And so for Bridgette, I was going to give her active, loves the outdoors, and I meant to give her the child of the ocean trait, not the child of the islands trait, or whatever it's called. So that was my mistake, and I did that same mistake with Geoff, and I totally like finished them both and uploaded them to the gallery, and they were on the gallery for like an entire day, and I think one person downloaded them, and I took them down after that, and I changed them and then re-uploaded them, so they have the traits that I originally intended to give them now if you download them. So to the one person who downloaded Geoff and Bridgette before I could correct my mistake, congrats, I guess. You have a limited edition version of those Sims that I made, because they're different now. Aside from that, I think that they're, pretty much accurate Sims. Obviously, again, the version in the video isn't going to be the most accurate to my headcanon of them, but it's because apparently I don't know all of the traits by heart, or I just wasn't paying attention. It could be both. Like I said earlier, I was kind of rushing. I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to get them finished after I had that error with the first, like, couple minutes after I made Gwen and Leshawna, and I was like frustrated, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make these Sims and close my game. I'm tired now. I tried to work on the house that I have going for Heather, Beth, and Lindsay, but again, I was like exhausted, so I took a nap instead. I was awake really early the other day for like no reason. Does that ever happen to you guys? Do you ever just wake up at like 4 a.m. for no reason, and you're just like completely awake and you can't go back to sleep, and you're just like, well, I guess I'll start my day now, and you're like cool for like a few hours, and then it gets to be like 1 or so in the afternoon, you're like, oh wow, I'm like really tired, what's going on? And then you're like, oh yeah, I've been awake since 4 a.m. for some reason. That's what happens to me. And then you would think like, okay, go take a nap, right? But like I don't want to take a nap. It always feels like if I take a nap, then I'm not going to be able to sleep later, which is preposterous because it's like I'm clearly exhausted. And so I always try to like do a task, and then as I'm doing the task, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. This is so exhausting. I'm laboriously making these Sims. My life is so tiring. And then by the time I'm finished with the task, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe I've earned a nap. And then I go lay down. And sometimes I'm able to sleep and sometimes I'm not. But at least I'm like laying down and resting, right? And that's what matters. I don't know. Anyway, Bridgette's outfits were pretty fun to make. I had a lot of options in cast that were pretty similar to clothes that she wears in the show. Her pajamas are a little bit different. She, in the show, wears like a pink pajama set with a bunny on the shirt, and I don't have a shirt like that, but you know how it is. I just gave her some pink pajamas. And the shorts that I ended up giving her in her everyday outfit and her hot weather outfit are not the shorts that she ended up going with like in the very end, because so in the show she wears these like cotton shorts with drawstrings, or at least that's what they look like to me, and in the like feminine sorted shorts there's not a single pair that look like that, and I was like, I felt like I was going crazy because I could have sworn that there was a pair of shorts like that in the game that I had seen and used in the past, right? But then when I'm making Geoff, I scroll past them and I'm like, oh, it's because they're sorted as masculine. So then I went back to Bridgette and I fixed it and gave her the shorts that I had been like picturing in my mind's eye. And so, yeah, I put her in those like blue, I think they're outdoor retreat shorts or something like that. Yeah, she doesn't keep those. They're cute or whatever, but they're not exactly the vibe. She is definitely wearing like cotton shorts or something like you would put on after you get out of the water, because she's a surfer, which is why I had tried to give her the Child of the Ocean trait, and I failed. It's the same reason that I gave Geoff the Child of the Ocean trait in the end. I couldn't originally decide what aspiration to give Geoff, but I ended up going with the Friend of the World one, and then I gave him Bro and Loves the Outdoors, and then, yeah, I changed it to Child of the Ocean so that he and Bridgette have some traits in common. I didn't change their relationship just from the like roommates or acquaintances or whatever it is when you start the game. I haven't done that with any of the Sims that I've made because I don't know, it doesn't feel right or like normal to do that in this case, because it feels like the whole point of Total Drama Island is like to ship the different characters, and if I play them or like set their relationship status before I upload them, it kind of takes the spirit out of it because I'm just uploading my headcanons, and like I've already kind of done that with how I've sorted them in the households, and that feels like enough to me. If I make them all and I upload them all, it doesn't really matter how I sort them. If you download them all, you can do whatever you want with them, and then it's just exactly how it was intended in the first place. Maybe that's not your intention or your interpretation of the show, but that always felt like that was what was like happening here. There was like a lot going on. They were like desperately trying to keep viewer attention no matter what, and it worked. Like, don't get me wrong, it worked, but they were like pulling all of the stops, you know what I mean, with like the online polls and like, yeah, the like the shipping, everything. I mean, there were a lot of like really crazy outlandish plot lines on the show too, but they kept people watching. It was a pretty good show for a while. Obviously it's old now, I've said this before, it's a little problematic if you go back and you watch it again now, but there's some parts that are still good, and the characters are still fun. I mean, there's a reason that I felt inspired to do this save that I'm creating. I wouldn't even call it a save because I am literally just like making these Sims and putting them in Newcrest, and I haven't touched any of the other neighborhoods because I don't care. I don't know, I'm just gonna leave everybody the way that they are. And yeah, that's just how it is. When I play this save, they'll interact with all of the various Sims that are already placed, so yeah, you'll get to see me play with these characters interacting with like the Goths and the Calientes and all that stuff. It'll be fun, it'll be a good time. My plan for my next few videos after this is going to be the second half of that house. I'm going to furnish it and landscape it for you, and then we are going to do a let's play of me showing you my history challenge sims, and then after that we will probably do another create a sim, just because I kind of want to like bang these out and show them to you guys so that we can get to building the other houses, and then eventually we can play in this save and we'll have a really good time. Yeah, so that is the plan. If I somehow am blessed with a lot of free time in the next few days, then I will pre-record some of these create a sim videos so that we can get through them even faster, and we can get to the let's plays of the total drama save even faster, because that is something that I'm like, I don't know, I'm really revving up for, and I'm looking forward to building the houses for the rest of them too, even though it's such a toil, it's such a struggle. Maybe it'll make me a better builder. Maybe this project will make me a better builder, because I have to build so many houses now, and they have to be so big because they have to fit so many sims. I don't know, it'll be fun. Called The Household The Girlies. They are up for download on my gallery as always. My gallery name is Lola, WRDN449. I will put it in the description as well. My Instagram name will also be down in the description so that you can follow me there. Feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Give the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe to me here. Subscribe to me on my essay channel. Give that video a view if you're interested in King the Hill, maybe. And I plan on posting that Family Guy video that I keep talking about there as soon as it's finished as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!